Hello everyone, my name is TheUhhoh, and today we're doing some more Tropico 4. Previously we actually managed to bring the rebels to our side, as oxymoronic as that sounds, and we're actually about to fuck our former master, our former mentor, should I say, in a major way, because we're sending his former agent right at him this time, and we're gonna see how he likes it. Unfortunately, he's kind of figured out who we are. Our little escape attempt or ruse didn't work, so he knows where we are now. He knows that we're disguised as someone else. He knows that Macho Man is still around, he's still in the business, and he's threatening to sell us out to the US government, and we just can't be having that. So, while we're waiting for our rebel agents to infiltrate his country and tear him apart from the inside, we're gonna kind of just have to bend the knee for a little bit. Macho Man doesn't like it, I don't like it, but it's what we gotta do. And the first step to that, of course, is building a roller coaster, which unfortunately means we're gonna have to build up a tourist industry, even though I kind of started building up a industry, which kind of sucks, but is beyond the point. I don't really have the money, I don't think, to start a tourist industry right now. I'm pretty, well, this only costs, they don't cost that much. I mean, I guess we can at least build some of the things. Like the tour stock's only 1,000, but it's hard. It's hard to say. I do want to use a lot of this area for industry. Like maybe this area over here will be industry, and we can use this area down here as the tourist area, because this is a nice area, right? So I guess that's what we'll do. We'll build it right there. We'll set that to a high priority. We actually do need to build a road over to it. We'll probably build it like this. Let's build this road straight across like this. We'll have it swerve down like this. Then we'll have this connect to it like that. And that'll do it. And we'll build our tourist stuff just around this area. I think that's probably a good idea. Okay, so yeah, this is just the early game waiting period where we literally just sit around waiting for the big bucks to come in so that we can actually do things. Because as it is right now, we don't have the big bucks, we don't have the money, we're not swimming in the dough, we can't fucking build things. So if you don't get the money, you can't build shit, which is unfortunate, but to be fair, that's it's pretty much how it is in real life. If you don't got the money, you can't do anything. Trust me, I know. I don't have the money. I don't have a lot of money. I'm living that life. I don't have the money. I can't do shit. I'm going to build this up here. We're going to get this gold, because gold's a very nice economic resource. I'm pretty sure it's going to be one of our primary incomes. Even on its own, without like a manufactory, without a jewelry factory, gold can sell for some pretty big, hefty sums. So, I'm going to hopefully get that set up. Once this dock's set up, I do need to close it. How do I can't really close it, can I? I don't really want anyone coming in is the problem. But I do need apparently to bring people in, which kind of sucks. Okay, so motels then. Well, I mean, the area is... I mean, this would have actually been a much better area for tourism, but it's not the area we're working with now. And I should have built the dock over here. This sucks. This sucks bad. This has been a much better area for industry. But oh well, I think we can work with it. Well, this is only yellow, so it's not like it's that bad. We'll build it we'll build one right here. Might as well build it right there. High priority construction. We do need to get attractions. Unfortunately, we can't actually build attractions until the hotel's built, which is really fucking stupid, but it's how the world works, apparently. Actually, no, that's not how the world works at all. Usually people build attractions and then build hotels. I mean, that would be the logical process, right? If you're actually going to set out to build a tourist town, surely you'd want to make it tourist-friendly first. I mean, that's not how all tourist towns start. Don't get me wrong. I mean, a lot of tourist towns don't even start out as tourist towns. They usually start out as, like, logging towns or as, you know, some kind of mining town that eventually blows up either through casinos or beachline property, or maybe just they have a gorgeous volcano like this thing. Usually that's how it starts, and the hotels are just like inns that the miners would stay at, or travelers would stay at. That's how I imagine it starts, at least in a natural, historical sense. But let's say you were to set out, so like humans went to another planet and they wanted to build a luxury resort. They're not gonna fucking start building that luxury resort by just building hotels. You know, they're gonna probably start by, well, if we're honest, they're probably gonna start building everything at once. It's probably gonna be a corporation that comes in, they'll buy up the land, they'll start building some rooms, and they'll start building some pools and stuff, all at the same time. Unfortunately, the game doesn't let us do that. We have to wait for the hotel to finish before we can do anything else, which is really fucking stupid. Because that means the tourists are gonna get here, and there ain't gonna be shit. They're gonna be on this island, they're gonna be looking up at this tree, and they're gonna be wondering, what the fuck are we doing here? And you know what? I don't blame them. I don't fucking blame them. I'd be doing it too. Come on, we need some big bucks. Bring them in. Okay, we got some money. We got 20k, which is, granted, not a lot of money, but it's at least a decent quantity of money. Okay, let's get a cocktail bar, because that's always the thing we start off with, at least. You know, we might as well, you know, the first batch we're not going to get right, so we need to make them drunk as all hell. We need to make them forget their troubles, forget their worries, forget that they were ever here in the first place. That's really the goal of this cocktail bar. The first batch is never good. A souvenir shop is, you know, kind of a must, because once you get them drunk, once they've been drinking on the alcohol for a while, you know, they're a little more susceptible to what you tell them to do, so having a souvenir bar literally right next to the bar is probably a pretty good idea. I'm pretty sure that's going to solidify our income in a major way. We could actually build the roller coaster right now, I think. No, we need electricity. God damn it. We need a lot of fucking money. We need a lot of fucking money. This is going to take a while, isn't it? Yeah, this isn't a short-term objective down here. This is a long-term objective. I actually think what's going to happen is we're going to be trying to work towards this objective, and we're going to be getting updates along the way from our Morano, whatever the hell his name is, our rebel influence. He's going to be telling us about him setting up his camp. He's going to be asking us to set up our own things here, probably satellite communication relays, things like that, to help assist his operation. All in the meantime, we have to keep, you know, our former mentor, you know, appeased, because if he tells the U.S. government we're here, the USSR clearly doesn't like us, as was shown last time. I don't think they'll jump to our help, which means either we would need to build a nuke, or we get fucked. It's kind of that simple. Honestly, I'm surprised you can't fight off an invasion. I think it's kind of unfortunate, because you can build up a military, and I've had several powerful militaries. Probably enough to stand up against a small invasion force. I mean, granted, after we repel the small force, they'll bring in the super army, but, you know, at least we'll have time to prepare at that point. At least we'll be able to do something. Oh god, the tourists are now here, and all they have is a fucking cocktail bar. Yeah. Oh, go ahead and drink up, guys. Trust me, you're gonna need it. You picked the wrong island to go to. Tell you what happened. They were looking at all the different Tropican islands that they could visit. You know, they've heard all this good stuff about Tropico, and they're like, oh, we should go to Tropico. They see, like, a tiny ad slot in the paper for this island. They're like, oh, man, it's really fucking cheap. It's like $5. We should go there. This is like the bargain buster tropical vacation, really. So they came over here expecting, like, you know, discount prices for really good shit, and all they're getting, you know, they're getting a discount price, granted. Actually, no, I wouldn't even call it a discount price. I don't think someone could pay me $5 to sail across the ocean to a crappy island that endorses slavery, where there's nothing for you to do. You probably couldn't pay me enough money to do that, honestly. But yeah, they're here now, so I guess they just gotta drink their troubles away. Beach sites are relatively inexpensive, so I can get one of those up fairly quickly. Oh my god, the housing condition on Tropico is growing out of control. What a shame. Let me build another house then, right here. We need to build a church, too, because I'm sure fucking whatever his name is going to start complaining about that in a second. Oh.
Presidente, do you know that communication is vital for the success of any resistance?
Okay. So I need to hire 3 secret agents. So yeah, I was kind of right. We do have little side questing to do on the side here. To do that, I think I'm going to need an embassy, right? I'm going to need, not an embassy, a Ministry of Truth. How much does the Ministry cost? 4,000. I don't really want to spend that kind of money right now. I'm going to hold off, wait for us to get a few more bucks in. Maybe after the shipment goes out, we'll be able to afford it. Because I don't even have a church up yet. In a ministry, it's not really that useful, honestly. Like, it is useful, don't get me wrong. Like, it's very, very useful. But in the early game like this, it's way too expensive to warrant building, really. It just costs too much money. I mean, dude, the fucking ship's waiting for you. You can't just, you know, run, hurry your ass up there and load it. Fucking hell, these guys are lazy. Okay, fine. Church. There we go. This should be able to satisfy the religious stuff. We're gonna put it probably right there. Yeah, ministries are useful if you're wanting to do things like edicts and stuff. But if you have no edicts you want to enact, like for example, I don't really enact edicts. If you've been watching this, you probably know this. I don't really go in and enact any edicts because they usually just cost money. They're not really the best, and usually I do fine without them. Sometimes, I mean, I always grant free housing. In fact, I'm going to grant it right now. But I never grant anything outside of the General's tab. I think I did do Social Security at some point, and Food for the People, because I think it was a required thing for the quest. What the hell? Oh, humanitarian aid, okay. I didn't even know that was a thing. But I've never, and I do the secret police whenever it's asked of me or required, but I have not ever done a contraception ban. I've never done prohibition or anti-litter ordinance. I've done a few military things, but most of the time it's honestly just me playing. So I don't really use these a lot, which is why usually if the mission doesn't ask me to build a ministry, I usually don't, because honestly I don't use all the edicts. But who knows? I mean, some of these edicts are actually kind of good. Like, some of them I think would be useful on this mission. Like, if we're going for a tourist mission, for example, I think probably Pan-Caribbean Games is a good one. Mardi Gras, Geographic TV Special. I don't really want to bring in eco-tourists, because this isn't really an eco-tourist island. What the hell? That might be really good. I have no idea why that's that's under. This is economy and tourism. Fair enough. This would be good if I wanted to bring the ecologists, the fucking eco-freaks on my side, but I really don't want to. Yeah, some of these edicts are useful, don't get me wrong, but, you know, I'd like to play the game just a little more simply, and it turns out you can actually do that, kind of. Don't worry, religious people, I am about to satisfy your needs. I'm building a church literally right now. It's right there! You can literally see it being built. You can stop complaining. Jesus fucking Christ. Well, let me guess. Are you a religious person? Oh, yeah, we don't care about your happiness? Well, fuck off. Of course we don't fucking care a shit about your happiness. Why the fuck would I care about you? I got other shit I gotta worry about. Like, like these rebels that just appeared, for example. Wait, was that you? Did you just become a fucking rebel? I have no idea if that was the guy I was just looking at, but if it was, you're fucking dead, mate. We got tourists over here we gotta take care of. I don't got time for you. I don't have time for your needs. Fuck off. Okay, let's see. Scenic overlook. Because this is very scenic. Bunch of rocks over here. So a scenic overlook would make sense. They can stare into the rocks and be lost. That's what eco-tourists do, right? They like to stare at rocks. I know that's what I like to do. Believe it or not, I'm probably more of an eco-tourist than I am a tourist. I like history and I like ecosystems. Those are the two things I will go to a place to look at. Because, let me tell you, the place where I live has neither.